Hey, hello dear students. Vinay is here to welcome you in the class of UGC NET, TGT, PGT, DSSSB for physical education. Nowadays, we are talking about various kinds of the philosophies. In addition with, today we will cover the topic Existentialism, to whom we called Astitwavad in Hindi. Furthermore, we will talk about the various aspects of these philosophies. This is not a too much big philosophy. If we will conclude it in short term, but we will talk about the each and every aspects of it, each and every single connected topic with it, so that we could cover entire the syllabus related to it, so that the coming questions in the examination wouldn't be away to the reach of you guys. ठीक है, तो बात करेंगे. The term existentialism is coined by a Danish theologian जिनका नाम था सोरेन क्रिकार्ड. ठीक है, एक डैनिश theologian थे जिनका नाम क्या था? The name was Soren Kierkegaard. The term existentialism coined by, I'm not saying that this is the father of existentialism. Okay, if the question will come from this side, that who was the father of existentialism, then the answer will be different. Okay, the answer I have already provided you in the previous classes, so you have to comment that who is the father of existentialism. Okay, right. According to the Soren, existentialism is a rejection of all purely abstract thinking. ये सोरेन क्या कहते हैं? ये is talking that the rejection of purely abstract thinking, okay, purely logical scientific philosophy is the pure logical or scientific philosophy. It rejects the absolute things. Okay, in the short, the rejection of absoluteness or the region. If the question comes from that, the which philosophy supports to the absoluteness of region, rejection of absoluteness of regions, the answer will be existentialism. Okay, it is an old movement as the thinkers deny that they fall under the category of existentialism. Means more whether we will talk about the previous philosophies like idealism, naturalism, realism, all these kinds of philosophy, they rely on a particular good or topic. Okay, but here it was totally different because it aims to the absoluteness of the thing. The first and the most basic characteristics of existentialism is begin from the man rather than that of any other thing or the nature. You have to remind this phrase that the man begins from the man rather than that from the nature. Okay, this is the main theme or main central idea is for existentialism philosophy. Okay, this philosophy treats as the man to the exist rather than that the man has thinking subject. As Strayer says, a man that first of all exists, encounter himself, shows up into the world and define himself afterward. If the man has the existentialism, she, him is not definable. It is because with his he is nothing. Okay, so this is this was a short introduction about the existentialism. The man is existence precede it essence. ये बहुत बार ये सीधा सीधा पूछा जाता है. ये सीधा सीधा अगर आपको ये फ्रेज अगर कहीं पे भी मिल जाएगा कि ये फ्रेज जो है किससे रिलेटेड है, द मैन एग्जिस्टेंस प्रीसीड्स इसेंस. मैन की एग्जिस्टेंस ही जो है वो उसके सार को निर्धारित करती है. ठीक है, तो ये किसका पार्ट है? ये एडवोकेट करता है एक्सटेंशनलिज्म को. इन आवर लाइफ इसेंस इज शेप्ड बाय एग्जिस्टेंस, नॉट द अदर वे अराउंड. वी लिव आवर लाइफ and that is don't define what we truly are, not any set of features. There is no predefined pattern that we can fit into. Here he is talking about that nothing is the absolute thing predefined. to fit a particular person, because everything has its individuality, and according to that they will not fit into the single term or single terminology or a single kind of domain. Okay, existentialism starts with individual. Okay, Roger and Thompson write about the existentialism is about the experience of the living as the human beings. It is about engaging with the world and dealing with two features of the life: the situation in which we find ourselves and constant desire. तो वो दो चीजों के बारे में इन्होंने बात की है, किसने? रोजर ने और थॉमसन ने। ये दो चीजों के बारे में क्या बात करते हैं? डील विद द टू फीचर्स। और वो दो फीचर्स कौन कौन से हैं? द सिचुएशन इन विच वी फाइंड आवरसेल्फ, एंड सेकंड इज दैट द कांस्टेंट डिजायर टू गो बियॉन्ड आवरसेल्फ एंड प्लानिंग एंड शेपिंग फॉर आवर फीचर्स। ठीक है, नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट द बेसिक थीम्स। जो है, जो बेसिक थीम्स है इसके बारे में, वो थीम्स जो है वो किस तरह से डिजाइन है। देयर आर 5 बेसिक थीम्स। एक्सटेंशनलिस्ट appropriate each in her own way rather than constituting to the family resemblance, crisscross overlapping of themes among them, among these philosophers। चलिए देखते हैं वो 5 थीम्स कौन सी हैं। एग्जिस्टेंस प्रीसीड्स एसेंस। एग्जिस्टेंस जो है वो सार को क्या करती है? निर्धारित करती है। और ये क्या कहते हैं? व्हाट यू आर योर एसेंस, मतलब तुम क्या हो, ये तुम्हारा सार है। एंड द रिजल्ट ऑफ योर चॉइसेस, जो आपके एग्जिस्टेंस को निर्धारित करती है, रेदर देन द रिजर्व। तुम क्या हो, मतलब तुम्हारी चॉइसेस ही ये निर्धारित करेंगी कि तुम क्या हो। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप कोई बुरा काम कर देते हो, देन द पीपल विल से दैट ही इज अ बैड मैन। इफ यू आर डूइंग सम ऑफ द गुड थिंग फॉर द पीपल्स और द ह्यूमैनिटी, द पीपल विल मेक यू लाइक an icon that you are a good person. So your work, your actions, your act will decide that who you are. Okay, you are what you make yourself to be। तुम वही हो जो तुम अपने आप को बनाते हो। The time of essence, the time of essence, we are fundamentally time bound beings, unlike miserable clock time. Live themes is a qualitative and not yet already and present different from themselves is the main value। Means according to time, or your actions will decide your value and valuability into the presence or existence। Now we will talk about the humanism theme। Existentialism is presented philosophy through and anti-science, and is focused on the human individual's pursuits and the identity and meaning amidst that the social economic presence of mass society for superficiality and conformism। Now we will talk about its another theme, freedom and responsibility। Existentialism is the philosophy of freedom. Its basis is fact that we can stand back from our life, reflect what we have been doing. In this sense, we always more than ourselves, but we are as responsible as we are free. So it's provide us the freeness to choose with and to act with the things differently। Ethical consideration and paramount। एथिकल कंसिडरेशन है, जो नैतिकता है, वो क्या है? एक तरह से चरम सीमा, एक तरह से एक ऊंचे दर्जे की चीज है। थ्रू ईच एक्सटेंशनलिस्ट understands the ethicals and with freedom in his or her own way। The underlying concern is to invite us to examine an authenticity of our proposal life as of our society। For example, let me explain you with the one thing। Like for example, to kill something is bad thing। Okay, if we are killing something is not good or not permissible in our society, but in a situation like that, if somebody is there is a thief, okay, he enter in your home and he put a gun on your son's head, and he is asking something, and he is asking to do something, and whatever he is asking to do to you, and you are in a situation not fulfilling to the wish of the thief, and the situation is that if you will not fulfill the wish of the thief, he will gonna to kill your son. In this situation, what you will do? You will shoot the thief so you could save your son. So in that particular situation, your ethical consideration will be in the goodness or the goodwill for your family to kill the thief, and ultimately he is also a man. So जैसे जैसे situations और time और conditions है, उसके हिसाब से जो आपकी ethical considerations है वो क्या होती है, वो change होती है। और जो एक्सटेंशनलिज्म है वो आपको आपकी अनुसार फ्रीडम प्रोवाइड करता है और सिचुएशंस को मोल्ड करने की भी, और आपको एथिकल जो कंसीडरेशन है उनको भी मोल्ड करने की फ्रीडम प्रोवाइड करता है, राइट। सो एक्सटेंशनलिज्म ट्राई टू find the meaning of human being. Actual meaning है क्या human beings? They encourage the human beings to have the responsibility of their life. They provide you that you have to act by your own doings. You have to create the things, or good things or bad things for you, for your coming life or existence one. Okay, the knowledge and the limitations of human beings. अब थोड़ी सी इसमें बात करते हैं कि किस तरह से जो इसेंस है और एग्जिस्टेंस को डिफाइन करते हैं। द ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर देयर एंड द मैन इज देयर. If the man is not defined to the object, it will not be recognized by a name. So the essence of human beings define the existence of rest. So it is important to understand both the human and its existence along with the essence. ठीक है? Okay. So next we will talk about the essence versus existence, because this is the term I think most of you will be knowing about it. Very good. If you don't know, I will explain you, because this term will repeatedly use while we will talk about एक्सटेंशनलिज्म, क्योंकि एक्सटेंशनलिज्म पे हम जब भी बात करेंगे, इसेंस और एग्जिस्टेंस दो चीजें आपको बहुत बार रिपीटेशन में सुनने को मिलती रहेंगी। सो पहले हम इनको क्लियर कर लेते हैं कि इसेंस और एग्जिस्टेंस से हम समझते क्या है, ठीक है। द इसेंस कैन बी डिफाइंड एज द बेसिक नेचर ऑफ समथिंग that determines its shape, its activity. It's defining to the characteristics and possibility of its life, or we can say that everyday life. Okay, it is therefore set and the ground rules for the actions and the purpose that object can do or cannot do. They define the do's or don't do's. Most philosophers believes that the essence precedes existence. इसको ज्यादातर लोग मानते हैं किस चीज के लिए, कि एग्जिस्टेंस जो एसेंस है वो प्रीसीड करती है किसको, एग्जिस्टेंस को। लेकिन ज्यादातर जो एक्सटेंशलिस्ट है वो नहीं मानते इस बात को, ठीक है। इसीलिए ये बोला जाता है कि ये अगेंस्ट है फिलोसफी। रेस्ट ऑफ जो फिलोसफीज है उन सब के अगेंस्ट फिलोसफी है जो है वो आई थी। और दो तरह की है बेसिकली, देयर आर टू काइंड्स ऑफ द एक्सटेंशलिस्ट, देयर आर टू स्कूल्स ऑफ थॉट्स इन एक्सटेंशलिस्ट। उनमें क्या देखते हैं हम, वन स्कूल ऑफ थॉट दे बिलीव इन गॉड्स एग्जिस्टेंस एंड अनदर वन दे डोंट बिलीव दैट गॉड डज एग्जिस्ट। नाउ हैव अ लुक एट ungodly, those who don't believe in the god, they are stare and chemistry, right? Do not believe that God exists, because there is no God has given the purpose to universe. Each man must accept the individual's responsibility for its own becoming. Okay, in choosing for himself, he choose for all the men and the image of the man as he ought to be. He has to make good choices that others could follow, right? And another group is godly, means they believe in the God. Trigard, miracle and Martian Catholic, Filch and Badiou, Protestants and Boulder Jews. Okay, the believe God exists, but the people are alienated from him. ये मानते हैं कि गॉड एग्जिस्ट करता है, लेकिन इंसान जो है वो उससे अलग थलग है. ठीक है ना. द मैन इज इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक. दिस इज टोटली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द गॉड. द मैन इज अलाइन्ड फ्रॉम द गॉड लाइक सेल्फ. ऐसे कि जैसे कि वो अलग से स्वयं एक तरह से अलग है. उसका देयर इज नो रिलेशन बिटवीन द गॉड एंड मैन. एंड द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ हिज लाइफ ट्राइंग टू क्लोज द गैप. और उसके बीच की जो समस्या है वो दे जस्ट fill up the gap between the man and God. The freedom involves accepting to the responsibility for choices and committing to the choices. Existence before essence. Existence before essence. That is the main thing at which most of existentialists deny. The people are born like a blank sheet and create their essence for being through their unique experiences. It may be in the coming examination you will see this paragraph, this line as it is. Maybe लोग खाली प्लेट की तरह पैदा होते हैं और अपना सार बनाते हैं या अनूठे अनुभवों से सीखते हैं. Okay, the human have freedom to choice. Each individuals make choices that create his own nature, because the choices must accept the risk and responsibilities for whatever committed to take us. A man or the human beings absolute free and absolute responsible against his result. Themes and existentialism. What are the themes? We have already discussed about it, but I try to write it down in very small words so that you could recite it into your mind for forthcoming time. Just easy to remember. Importance of individuals. They're talking about importance of choices, anxiety regarding to the life, death, contagious and extreme situations. They are talking about the anxiety regarding to life, how much physical we are, and there is a unexpected thing, that is death. All the human beings, they are fear about it. And the contingencies, there's a sudden plan. If you are planning something, but sudden things are happen against your plans, so you have to make the secondary plans like that. And the meaning and absurdity, authenticity, social criticism, because I've already explained one thing, that social criticism many times, if you don't think the situation like ideal for society, but that is not ideal for you, you can just change it, because existentialism provide you the facility to individualize your own thinking, your own way of responsibility, your own way of socialization, like importance of personal relations, ethicism and religion. Now we will talk about the aim of education, because it contribute or great contribution. It shows that great contribution in the field of education, not only in the field of philosophy, but it is also very nice and very indispensable for education. Now we have a look on the contribution of existentialism into the field of education. The free individuality. They have no confidence in team spirit. Means they are not too much think about the team spirit, because if you are doing the things with your teams, maybe some people they deny to do the work. That time you will face a great problem. So they believe in individuality, right? Any of the child may join to the group without any compulsion. Okay, they don't force. Without any compulsion you can join the group. And the education should help an individual to make him human. Development of introspective powers. Introspection, because through introspection you will get to know that what is right and what is wrong for yourself. So basically they talk about the self observation. इसको बोलते हैं अंतः आकलन, एक तरह से आप बोल सकते हैं. The scale of values consistent with absolute freedom develop the effective sides of the life and emotion and atheistic sides of the man. foster the growth of uniqueness into the man. This is the important word, uniqueness of the man, aware of infinite possibilities of the freedom and responsibility he must discharge in the life. To foster the capability of self-direction. Now we will move on for the curriculum. What kind of the curriculum support existentialism? Provide scope of exercise for free choices. The child should know its own self, history from the present, predicament and humanities, fine art all be included in occasionalization. They'll talk about they how you will earn the money, how you will earn the respect, how you will earn the things to whom you want to continue your life, like that. जैसे बोल सकते हैं कि जीविका मतलब खाने पीने का, कमाने का साधन, उन सब चीजों के बारे में he will focus on the educational curriculum. Problem solving situations should not be there, and knowledge should bring from freedom. Now we'll talk about the teaching methods. There are scientific question answer method, case study method against the group method, knowledge through intimate person contact with the individual, attention to every individual, no intro criterion, home education, education for creativity. Now, what kind of the discipline? Discipline, individual responsible for consequences of his choices, means what you choose, you have to accept the results of it. Adolescents must be punished if he is found rebellious in the class. Teacher encourages student to work hard till he knows the subject matter well. अगर टीचर को बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी तरह से टीचिंग करना नहीं आता है एंड या फिर वो सब्जेक्ट पढ़ाना नहीं आता है, वो तब तक उस चीज को नहीं पढ़ाएगा. हैज टू असेस द गाइड एंड ईच ऑफ हिज स्टूडेंट्स, मतलब इंडिविजुअल अलग अलग एक 1-to-1 की तरह का रिलेशन की है बात करते हैं. रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द फ्रीडम ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, दे सपोर्ट द चाइल्ड सेंट्रिक एजुकेशन. नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एक्सटेंशनलिज्म इन education. Okay, becoming of human or the person as one who believes that makes decision about what he will do, and we provide an atmosphere where the individual develops in a healthy way, find the security, encouragement and acceptance of the teachers. Any subject in the school can be present extensive situation for the teacher and the development of the human beings. The teacher is a position to foster the individual's growth, facilitate development or the original creativity by providing the necessary material and equipment. Means the teacher will work as a stimulator. The teacher is very active and welcomes challenge to his ideas from the students. The teacher is in forward and is center of attention. Democratic ideas should be provided to the school, and mechanization to the impersonality should be contracted in school concerned, and the respects for individual students be in the concern of the school. Now we will talk about the contribution of extensionism, aimed at total development, emphasis on subjective knowledge, emphasis on importance of environment. So here the main thing is that here the third thing is also introduced. Basically the philosophies, they talk about the teacher and taught. Here they also include the environment. The teacher, the triangular kind of the thing is there. One is teacher, another one is student, and third one is environment. You need to focus the environment also. So now we will talk about the limitation. Requires a good deal of the time, effort to the part of the teacher, develop individuals relation with the students for having a close understanding of their responsibility. Terminology used extensively is not very clear. Concept like being, meaning, person and existence are ambiguous. ये इतना ज्यादा मतलब कहते हैं कि क्लियर कट टर्मिनोलॉजी नहीं है. जैसे कॉन्सेप्ट की बात करेंगे या बीइंग की बात करें मीनिंग की बात करें, पर्सन की बात करें, तो पर्सन में मतलब एक तरह से एक कॉमन नाउन की तरह हो गया, ठीक है। एग्जिस्टेंस होगी, एम्बिगुअस है ये टर्म, ये बिल्कुल क्लियर कट डायरेक्शन नहीं देते कि क्या चीज करनी है एक तरह से, ठीक है। तो इसमें एक तरह से क्लियर कट क्रिस्टल क्लियर इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं दी गई थी, तो ये थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम थी। एजुकेशनल मेथड्स, एम्पेरिकल मेथड्स एंड inapplicable in industrial society. Existentialism aim of the education is much one-sided as of any other is inclusive emphasis on the humanities, art and literature. Forget very important aim of education is earning a living. Method of teaching useful for moral and religious education, not work in the teacher of science and technology, क्योंकि इन्होंने साइंस और टेक्नोलॉजी को बहुत ज्यादा संज्ञान में नहीं लिया था। मतलब आप ये कह सकते हो कि इन्होंने बहुत ज्यादा जो है वो साइंटिफिक मेथोडोलॉजी और साइंस को वरीयता जो है वो नहीं दी थी, ठीक है। तो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट द philosophy of existentialism or educational philosophy. Existentialism, I think we have already covered most of all of philosophy. So in by coming class we will do next topic. So I hope that के previous जितनी भी philosophies हैं उनके revision आप कर लीजिए। उनके रिवीजन के लिए ये है कि चाहे तो आप सीधे सीधे प्लेलिस्ट में चले जाइए, अगर आप प्लेलिस्ट में जाने में आपको कोई परेशानी हो रही है तो यहाँ यही वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मैंने उनके लिंक्स दिए हुए हैं, तो उन लिंक्स के थ्रू आप जो है वो वीडियो को सर्च कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट, मिलते हैं अगली क्लास में, तब तक के लिए नमस्ते।